And welcome back to Our Warped World. I'm not even going to tell you what season we're on or episodes. I don't care.
We're getting better, though. We're almost in a year. We've only been almost been doing this for a year now. So,
all right, I'm Jim Devoy. That's Mark Tarbori. Mark, would you like to do an intro?
We have our filling in for Kayla for this week. We have Andrea. And give some applause for Andrea, please. You got to remember to do. Oh, well, there it is. That's the Andrea. There you go, everybody. That's Andrea, everybody. Good night, everybody. Thanks for showing up. We
fat
appreciate
fingers.
that.
Sorry. Someday we're going to label this. Welcome, Andrea.
Edit here.
Well, thanks, guys. I'm so happy to be here. Glad I could fill in.
Kayla's taking a little personal time, so we invited Andrea to come join us. And
Andrea's a millennial. We always have to have a millennial on this show, so she's a millennial. She's going to give us her fun take on everything, and we'll see how it works.
Tell us about Andrea.
Well, let's see. Andrea, millennial, 29, meatball, single, just in case anyone.
I like walks in the park. I like
Just thought I'd throw that out there for anybody out there, our viewers or listeners. I guess we wouldn't really have viewers at a podcast.
Which are mostly 35 to 45.
That's all right.
All right. Hey, if you're into the old guys, sure.
Have you had to check the different box yet? You know, it's usually 20 to 29.
Almost. We're getting there.
You know, you got to check the little boxes. It's 18 to 25, 25 to 30. You know,
right.
Some of them are 20 to 30.
Or when you have to scroll back to your year and it looks like an episode of Price is Right.
We're on where it says "Don't bother." You don't even have to. You don't even have to check it. It just says "Don't bother" for everybody that's listening.
The Showcase Showdown. That's what I was thinking of.
We're doing
Millennial, 29.
Millennial.
Single. Yes, everyone. She's single.
Dog mom. If you're into dogs, fluffy, sweet, killer. Just kidding. So, I don't know. I'm just here to put in my 2 cents on the things that these old people have to say and just keep them grounded and current.
Yay! All right, good. All right, good job. All right, good. Yes, that's good. So. And if you co-host some more, if Kayla needs some time off from here to there, you're going to start getting into this. You'll start being.
I actually think a revolving door of co-hosts. Obviously I want Kayla here, but when we had guests, we had more fun because they bring that element that you and I have been together 40 something years.
Right.
We end up talking about the same stuff a lot.
And this is new for everybody. Like you were excited to come in and do this, and people that come in for the first time, you can generally see that they're either nervous or they're excited. Or Dave's first time here, he was standing straight, sitting straight up.
Right.
He was clearing his voice. And then Dr. Weed on all the time. He was a little nervous his first time, but now he's more relaxed. So once you do it more, you start.
Yeah. So
you're just talking.
If you have any desire to be a guest on a podcast, let us know. You have to make a trip out to Gilbert. We're working on portable stuff, so maybe we'll come to you.
And we'll pretty much talk about anything, guys. So really whatever you guys want. If you have anything
what's your show about?
Yeah.
Everything, nothing.
If you got something to say and you want to talk for a 15, 20-minute segment, look us up. We'll give you the free reign.
All right. Well, this is a little bit of a week where Mark's got some stuff. I've got some weird news stories that one's not really weird. It's just one of those things that I want to touch on, and then I got one that is kind of weird. And Mark, what do you got this week?
This week I'm going to be talking about vintage toys, albums, good stuff like that us millennials, us Generation Xers probably have hid somewhere that we don't even know. I bet you there's going to be something, and we'll get into what the millennials collect and what they do. But we're going to talk about vintage toys, vintage, albums, vintage stuff that's around the house that's now going to be worth some money. So it's kind of cool. Awesome. We're that old now that we're almost antique. That's what sucks is we're that old.
What did you do this week, Mark?
Hey, so it's been fun. I've got my drum set. Actually, was delivered.
I saw that on Facebook.
So it's actually ready to go. I'm actually been playing it. You guys better watch out. I'm going to be jamming here pretty damn quick, so it's pretty cool. But the fun thing is, so I'm at work, and I work with a bunch of people that are younger than me, and they're teaching me a new language, which I never really knew, and they're teaching me how to do it in a cool way. So
okay.
I know we talked about slang and stuff, but this is totally different what they're teaching me and how to say it in the way that and I'm hip. So let me preface this by I am the oldest guy that works in this place. Everybody else is between the ages about 20, maybe 30. I mean, so it is. I am the oldest guy that works there. It's kind of cool, but at times, I'm really showing my age. So they actually were starting to teach me over the last 2 weeks how I should talk and how I would be more cooler, is what they think. So apparently, now you don't say, "Hey, I like what you're wearing." It's drip. So
No.
That's
That's
a,
a
see,
no.
I guess I'm not saying it
Millennial
right. That's
judge?
what they're saying too.
That's gonna be.
That's what they. So they're teaching me the words. I'm just not using it the way that I'm supposed to use it.
No one should use the word drip to describe your outfit.
I don't know. That's apparently now because now I joke around. So when people come in, I go, "You look drips." And that's what I do, and they all start laughing. So they, so drip. I'm learning. So bet.
Oh no, that's real.
Okay, but apparently
Bet.
I say it wrong because I go, "That's bet," and I guess you don't. It's just bet.
You just say bet, like, and then instead of saying like cool, it's like bet.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not that's cool. It's not that's bet. You just go bet.
Bet.
Because I'll say that's bet, and they all laugh at me and like I'm some.
do you have an origin story on the word bet without?
No, not really. It kind of started with the Gen Zers, and then us millennials are just trying to keep up.
So it's
Bet.
not cool.
It's not cool. It's bet.
and it's not bet. It's just
Bet.
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 You can't say the bet. It's not.
No.
You can't say that's bet.
That's bet. No,
Because
it's
I
just bet.
always go, oh, that's
Okay.
bet, and
So-
they'll go.
So, all right, I want to try this. Say something that might be cool. Well, let me ask Andrea instead. Sorry, Mark.
Oh.
Trouble with that. Andrea, say something that might be cool, and I will try this new thing.
Yeah, won the Megabucks yesterday and got a bright yellow Lamborghini.
Bet.
Perfect,
All
Jimbo.
right.
so
Perfect.
what is wrong with that's bet? That's
Because-
bet.
because-
I even do I go that's bet, and I do the hand signals, and they all go, what's with the hand signals?
Listen, because when you say that's bet, it just takes too much time. You're adding too much.
Too
gra-
much time. One syllable is too much
So
time.
it's bet. Okay.
It's bet.
All right,
You know,
it's bet.
you know how like some people they give you the head nod of like approval.
Okay.
Think of it like that.
So
Bet.
they still do use bomb, but I was always going bomb diggity, and again, I guess it's not bomb diggity. It's just
Quagmire?
that's bomb.
It's kind of like how Snoop Doggy Dogg dropped the Doggy Dog and then became Snoop Dogg to just Snoop to Snoop Lion to Snoop. It's kind of like the same thing. You drop the bomb diggity to just bomb. That's bomb.
I like bomb diggity.
I don't remember bomb diggity.
I don't know either. So anyway, and then
I'm the
so
oldest one
apparently
here.
smack doesn't mean like what we used to be, like
Talking
talk
smack.
smack. No, it is when food is good. It's smack.
Yeah, I haven't used that one yet.
It's not like when we used smack back in the day. It was we're talking smack. You're talking shit to somebody. You're smack talking. No, now it is because they didn't understand. They're like, "Why are you using smack in that term?" And I'm like, "That's what smack is." And they're like, "No, smack is food's good."
So
But yes.
again, does it take too long to say that's?
Oh, we're
smack?
getting to that. Just wait till the next
Well,
one.
no, I got to ask though. Do you say that's smack or do you just say smack?
Smack.
So someone puts down a plate of pizza, my favorite food,
That's smack.
and I say that's smack, or do I just say smack?
Apparently, you're not supposed to preference anything with that's or it's or
Yeah.
it's just
Okay,
smack.
so that takes too long to say.
We're a
that's
generation
smack.
without grammar.
Okay, because here's the next one. Sus.
I don't know what
Sus.
that means.
Suspect. They're-
Yeah, okay. Sus
They're
is
doing something
you're
shady.
doing something shady. It's sus.
Did you guys just teach me something?
See that? See, we do. We can. We are very full of a lot of useless knowledge.
Kayla taught me that one.
You guys are hip and happening.
Okay, so they were telling me the other day that I glow up, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
the hell are you talking? Because I'm working better and things are going better for me at work. So they're like, Mark, you're glow up, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And they do this on purpose now, knowing that I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So how somebody has improved, you glow up,
Yeah, but there's more to
not
it.
blow up. It's glow up.
Well, you glow up because it means like instead of like you're growing up or moving forward, moving onward. The best way is like to describe it is when you're an ugly duckling and you grow up into a swan. That's a glow up because you started out ugly and you got better. So it's like you started out as kind of probably not good, and now you're like the bomb diggity.
Exactly. See, the bomb diggity is still
All
good.
right, so started as an ugly duckling, turned into a swan.
And that's a glow up.
That's a glow up. So
Right.
What would be the terminology for Mark?
That should. Or how do you say asshole?
Never.
Asshole. That's how I say.
Never-
That'll never change.
Never glowed up, or Mark, you haven't glown.
You haven't glowed.
What's the word?
Haven't glown.
Stagnant.
That's what Holly's going to be saying. Mark, you just haven't blown up.
She's going to say,
glow
hey,
up.
wash your feet. Glow
Okay,
up.
yeah, no, that's about it. Okay, so what we always said, hey, that's tight. You know, we used to say, I mean, we were on the outskirts of it, but tight was a little bit different. But no, now tight is extremely mad. If you're extremely mad, you say tight. So if it's like, I'm tight, what does that mean? Well, you're mad. You're in a bad mood. You're mad.
I just thought it meant I didn't have enough money or I'm on a budget.
Now, see, that's
That's
boomer.
what we
that's
thought
a
it
boomer.
was. That's a boomer
variation
statement.
of
Tight is. I'm tight.
He's a tightwad.
Now ours,
Yeah.
we changed the definition. Going, oh, that's tight. You know, when some of you
Well,
your
they're
car,
kind
you
of
did
the
something.
End of the Gen X, beginning of Millennial, things were tight. You know, she's tight. You know.
I feel like I
She's
have
got a tight
to.
ass, or-
Yeah, I feel like I have to send a poll on that one because I have not used. I've heard some of these other ones, but
Yeah, you're
I
getting
haven't heard
old too.
tight.
See, I'm working with younger people than you, and then the last one, and this is all like in their everyday. They're talking to me one-on-one. I'm like, this is why they're trying to teach me. And so the last one, they said, that's hard, which usually I talk about my penis. I mean, it was never, I never knew it was something else. But saying something is nice or cool, that's hard, which again is my penis, but it's totally fine. But
I can't even say that sentence.
that's hard.
No,
Saying something is nice or cool. That's the new one. So I did I don't know what I was looking at online, and somebody goes, that's hard. And I'm like, again. And they're like, come on, Mark. And they'll use
Mark's
it in a
looking
sentence.
down. No, it's not.
So
I left my pills at home.
I'm learning all these new, things that work from all these youngins, and apparently I don't use them. Now I'm learning the jargon. I just don't use them correctly.
That's always the best.
So that's nice, or that's hard. You're not saying you're not saving any time. You're still saying that's.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on how you're trying to do it. Like when you're saying something's bet, like has bet, like you're not trying to.
You said you were saving time,
But I don't understand what's wrong with saying that's bet.
I don't know how to make the rules.
But that's been my whole week, to be honest with you, was these people trying to teach me this jargon for the whole week at my job, and apparently I'm trying to use it at times. I will, but they always say that I use hand gestures that I don't need to, because every time now when somebody walks in, I'll be like, "Hey, Roo Dog," something like that.
Tell me you don't.
I do.
Oh no.
I got a guy that sits right by me, and his name is Rudy, and I go, "Roo Dog's in the house, man, Roo Dog."
Oh no.
Us millennials still use the word dog.
See, dogs.
D-A-W-G.
D-A-W-G.
Yeah. Well,
So
of course.
it's funny that you say these things about learning new things, because us millennials are now starting to get in that awkward phase with the Gen Zs, right? So my friends and I started this, a group text of all these new terms that the Gen Zs are saying so we can try to stay hip and happening. The newest one that we learned is called a gutter slug. And if you don't know what a gutter slug is, it is a girl that is drunk and ugly but still worth the sex. So let me use that in a sentence for you.
We call that a butterface, though, is what we did, okay?
Now they're gutter slugs. So them two gutter slugs outside the club.
See, you need to text these to me, because I'm going to go to work and blow these people's minds.
I have a pamphlet. Do you know what a pamphlet is? A noun used for a man with one testicle. I just found out that Justin is a pamphlet.
A pamphlet for us is if you wanted to join the Mormon religion.
Yeah,
and leave it on your door.
was a small threefold informational thing
that they put on your door.
And now a one testicle man is called a pamphlet.
P-A or P-H-A.
M.
P-A-M-P-H. P-L-H-L-E-T.
Yeah.
Pamphlet. Yeah, it's a pamphlet.
And
that was something that was left on a door or mailed to you.
Yeah, not anymore.
Do you have one more?
Oh, yeah, I do. This one's called a monkey fist.
Oh, hey, this
It's about to get brutal. So
that's somebody I want to date.
To take your balled up fist and shove it into a woman's vagina.
Whoa!
Wrist deep. Once fully inserted, you splay your fingers open and it causes her to squeal like a chimpanzee being eaten by a lion in the African bush.
They really take it to the next level. They don't just stop it.
Edit 16
I
minutes.
don't know. I think we leave that in. I think I do. I think because come on. I mean, I knew where the fist. See, we called that fisting.
Yeah, fisting.
So I understood that where that was going. I don't not. But they took it to opening the hand and freaking making her
squeal like an African chimpanzee.
Wow.
Because we always used, and I'm going to go, a little off rail too. If you accidentally get it in the wrong hole, you make her sound like a seal. Yeah, you do that. La, la, la. Not there. Okay.
Exit only.
Anyways, all right, but that's the new jargon that I've kind of learned this week, and it went off the rails a little bit. But that's been my week. I mean, come on, Jim. What now? You got to have a story that can outdo
Jim,
that.
we need you to breathe through your nose and out through your mouth.
Come on, Jim. It's okay, buddy.
No, we've learned me breathing through my nose creates a lot.
Oh, it
of
does.
noise.
Just wait. You'll hear it.
Yeah, you'll hear it.
It echoes through the whole house.
Yeah,
It actually has little guys. It'll go.
My nose hairs come out like a party favor.
They really do.
I love that for you.
It's pretty cool. But he's done a great job lately.
Well, I've got nothing that even touches that. I don't.
Well, what did you do this week then?
Well, last week we got a TV.
Woohoo! How big?
70.
Nice.
Yeah,
There you go.
nice. I think we talked about that a little bit on the last show. No, I've got nothing that compares to Monkey Fist.
Yeah.
So
And Andrea,
maybe I'll go first next
Before we
time.
take our first break, what did you do this week?
This week, I worked at my orthodontic job, and then I worked at the hair salon. Nothing too crazy.
How many jobs do you have?
I have 2 jobs.
2 jobs.
I'm just over here trying to slay. Put that to your jargon.
Slay.
S-L-
It's not just work. It's slay.
It's slaying.
All right. I'm going to take all this to work on Monday, and I'm going to be a hero. But apparently, because now I just joke around because now I go into work and I'll be like, 623? West side? I go, West side? And they're like, oh, no, Mark,
No.
that's
I
pretty
even know
We'll
that.
let the old guy into the break
West
room.
side? And anyways, that's our week, folks. I mean, this is how fun our life is.
Wow.
It's TV, hanging out with young people,
and monkey fisting.
monkey fisting. I feel sorry for the girl. That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna break on that, and I'm gonna collect myself.
If anybody monkey fists out there, call me because I'd like to know how that goes. So thank you.
Do you really scream like a chimpanzee?
Yes, I want to know if you scream.
All right, thanks. We're going to break. We're back in a few. And we're back. Mark, what do you got this week?
You know what? I wanted to get into like collectibles. So we all, I have collectibles, but they were mostly out of because it's what I did for a living. I DJ'd for a long time, and so we switched to CDs, and I got they're worth about a penny each up there, but you've seen my office. There's like 2,500 of them up there.
Sure.
So I've been collecting CDs for a long time, and I used to do sports cars and stuff, but I got started to get on the subject of collectibles and what people our age, what we collected and what we did. And so, like I said, mine are basically CDs is what I do. So I don't know if you had anything that you collected. I know you did at one time.
I did. I collected the McDonald's toys, and my problem was I took them out of the bag.
Right. I mean, and we were just talking about this. So I have a friend of mine that I've known for quite some time, and just McDonald's alone, every time they got a Happy Meal, he wouldn't take them out of the plastic. And he had a shed full of 30 years of McDonald's toys that were worth.
Ooh, does he have Kermit on the skateboard?
Yeah, he had everything that ever came out. It was
my favorite.
amazing. He showed me one time I was at his house, and I'm like, my God. Man, this is crazy. But and then he would go to each. He wouldn't just buy one Happy Meal. He would go to when a new toy would come out, he'd go to 10 different McDonald's and buy 5 Happy Meals at one time, and then go to the next one. So he had 10s, 20s, and 30s of these toys that he would just collect and sit there, never open them up.
I remember when Kayla was a kid, there was one particular, I want to say Snow White or something. I don't remember what it was, but I ended up going around to different McDonald's looking for that missing one from the collection. Took me like 4 or 5 McDonald's to finally get the missing and that was just to have the collection all together again out of the bags. They were just set somewhere and they're gone now.
My wife does
What
the
a good
Looney
dad.
Tune cups. The Looney Tune cups. Remember they're the glass cups with Sylvester or whatever. They came out with 6. We can only find 5. We keep on going to an IT store, but they're
Which one is she looking for?
I think we're looking for the Tasmanian Devil one. I think that's the one we're missing.
So this is my question as a millennial. My question to you guys is, what is the point of collectibles? Now, I know people do it, it's a thing, but what is it that people get out of it? Because I just don't understand what is the point of just having all this stuff hanging around your house that
It
you're
is
never
a
going to
valid
use.
question. I mean,
here's my answer. Okay, you either got investment. I'm going to invest in this collectible because someday this is going to be worth a ton of money, and I can leave it to my children, then they can sell it and have a bankroll. Some people just like stuff that much. I'm a Star Wars fan, but I don't collect. But I know people that
Do.
they have every. remember that guy in the background of that one scene that walked by the camera? He's got that guy. Like, what the hell? So some people do it just because they like it. Mark likes music, so he's got
I was just
music
going to say, like
paraphernalia.
everything up in my office is all through the years. You saw my 80s speakers.
I asked, are those 8 tracks?
Yeah,
I didn't think they existed
so
anymore.
everything works up there. It's not worth any money. I mean, the 8-track player's worth, $350, $400 it's refurbished. You could play a cassette up there. You can do all that. I mean, I've got a reel-to-reel that works.
Yeah,
But that's what it's cool because, so I walk in and people go, it's like a music through the years kind of thing.
Right.
And then I set my CDs up so they're not just on the floor. They're all, nice and look really nice and everything in there.
Yeah, take a picture and put it on Facebook.
To me, it's more, I think that's a good idea. But to me, it's more, I enjoy music a lot. This is what I've grown up with. Because you'll see an iPod up there, and then I've also got my Alexa now. So it's music through the years. It's from, the 60s all the way.
That's cool. I mean, I get that. Like, because you were a DJ, you own your own DJ company. Shout out Johnny B's. I mean,
she's hired.
JohnnyB's.net.
Yeah. I mean, I understand all of that. So I get like your collection of these things, but my thing is like, how would your friend know collecting all these McDonald's toys and keeping them in the bag that they would eventually be worth anything?
That's true because you don't. I mean,
you don't. I wish, as when I was that millennial age, that I would have kept that. When I went try to finish this collection of Snow White whatever for my kid, buy 2 of them so I keep one in the bag so it's worth something. Some of these things, Kermit on the skateboards, I think were $600. Some little toy you get with a Happy Meal that cost $350 at the time is now worth $600 in a bag.
That's
Something
so
like that.
crazy. So here's the thing, as a millennial, we're kind of in a weird stage in our life. You guys are talking about collecting things, keeping things for your bankroll. Well, predominantly, not all of them, but most millennials, we're pretty self-serving. We're pretty kind of self-absorbed. Sorry, millennials, I said it, but that's just who we are, and you all know it. But anyway, my thing is
I won't argue. Were you waiting for? I don't know if you were waiting for an argument or not. I was
I'm just
with
saying.
the weird silence. I'm like, that's a statement. It's not a question.
No, it's
right?
a statement, but just for anyone that's a millennial that might be listening to these old guys podcast, my thing is, it's hard to wrap my head around it because we're in this awkward stage of, our parents were Gen Xers or whatever, and they were like into collecting things, like you said, like CDs and.
I don't really think it started as a collection. I think it's just we liked what we were having at the time and never threw it away, so it turned into a collection.
No, collecting has gone on throughout the years.
Right,
People have collected baseball cards.
Like my mom was a knick-knack collector, right? So she always collected knickknacks of all sorts. Like when you going out, like she would collect a knickknack somewhere. Not that we really went out, but she would just collect knickknacks, or people collect shot glasses.
Yeah, exactly. The shot glasses.
And
I used to do that.
I get all those things, but it's just weird because a millennial, we don't really think of stuff that we want to collect and things that we have to work hard to collect. We're just more in that.
Is that a statement? Or
You're saying things after a segment that it's too much to use the word that's. You don't want to go.
We kind of understand that you guys, but you're interested in something. What is something that you have at your house that you have a lot of that you keep buying?
Hair care products.
Okay, that could technically be maybe not a collectible, but
well, yeah, but you look at like all the concerts that Kayla's gone to. She's got something from each concert and stuff like that she collects.
Concert T-shirts would be something that I like to collect.
Concert tickets.
Okay, so you might not think it's a collectible hobby now, but in 15 years, and you're going to look back and go, you still got that Backstreet Boy, shirt, and now of one that you just went yesterday to another concert, and you have 40 of them, and that's a collection.
I guess that makes sense. I guess we're in a weird spot because
I don't think they're old enough to know what collectibles are.
That's true.
No, I think that's a personality thing. I got a friend of mine. Just I don't want to say he's probably a lot older than you. I don't know, but he actually does that as a business. He collects and sells and trades and goes to shows and stuff like that. So, yeah, he's probably in his 40s. Brian, how old are you? I don't know.
Brian, you should be listening.
Damn it, Brian.
Call in right now, Brian, and win a prize.
555.
Our Warp World.
No, but check his out at aztreasuresandtoys.com.
Cool.
aztreasuresandtoys.com. But he's made a business out of it, just collecting stuff.
And since we're talking about toys, it's a good segue, Jim. Good job. So I pulled up, and the top 10 toys of Generation Xers that are worth money, and that are and of course it's not going to be no surprise what number one is. I mean, they're Star Wars action figures. So that is number one.
In the box.
Right. And all that's needless to say, you can't open and play with anything. It was the hardest thing as a kid not to do. Right. But Jim, you're a huge Star Wars guy. You know all about Star Wars collectibles, and you didn't, I mean.
I know of them. I
think that's why, sorry, Jim. I think that's why millennials have such a hard time with being collectors, because we're in the in-between of Gen Xers and Gen Zs. So Gen Zs, as someone that I work in marketing with my other job, is Gen Zs are all about experiences, and like they want to vlog and just talk about their experience everywhere you go,
Which they really don't. We don't care, really. I mean,
I know, but it's true. Like you would care, because as the upcoming nation, as parents these days, they care more about what their kids think versus of like when we were kids. Like if you were getting braces, right, it would be, you sit down, you're going to this guy, we're getting braces. It's not like, well, how did that orthodontist make you feel?
Yeah, you just got him and your teeth hurt.
Like how did the staff make you feel? So we're in that awkward position of like, Gen Zs collect memories, and then you guys collect things. So
I think that's a personality thing, because I know some millennials that collect things. It's just where you're at in your head. Some people want that memory.
I agree. This. So you were talking about the collectible. So in 2015, a 1978 Luke Skywalker figurine went for $25,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah, $25,000. Now you got to understand all these movies, and that's I don't want to say limited edition. That's first run, because then they ran out of those.
Right, exactly. I mean, you have to,
and the second run's only worth $100.
Right. You might think you have something vintage, and then you realize there were 16 billion of them produced.
That's like people who collect books. If it's not first edition,
that is funny. You just said. So the number 2 thing. From a rare where the wild things are.
I love that book.
Right, exactly. So that was it was originally in 1963. So that is a huge collectible that goes for over $25,000 in today's. If you have a copy of that book somewhere.
I have a question though. How do you guys, as I don't even know what generation
old
you
people?
are. Old people.
We're Gen X.
Gen X. How do you, as Gen X people, how did you not want to open your toys or read your books?
You can't. That's why nobody has the collections. We did. That's why.
Yeah,
we
that's
it up.
That's the problem. I wish I had kept a lot of toys, even though unboxed, they're still worth some money. I think.
Can you imagine your dad giving you a toy and then going, "You can't open that though."
That's what I'm saying.
But go open it. It's like having sex without orgasm. Yeah. It really is. That's
every
what it
woman
is.
everywhere understands that statement. But no. On a for real note, my question is but you say that, Jim. You say I wish that I had known and I hadn't taken them out of the McDonald's bag or out of the box. But it's would you give up the happiness, the joy, the memories you made with that item just for $1? Is that worth more to you?
I mean, if you're Alice P. Keaton, yeah, from Family Ties.
It all depends on where you're at. Now, knowing now, it's buy 2. Get one to play with, one to share, one to save.
But do you regret your memories that you made with that toy?
I did have all my Muppets Happy Meals things on the dashboard of my car.
Exactly, cool. And it made you happy.
Cool too.
Yeah.
Right. That's why it's so hard to have a real collectible that's worth something. So, okay, anyway, and this is going to be right here because you guys, Pokemon trading cards are still way up there.
I'm sorry, what did you call them?
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon. Oh, sorry.
Did you say Pokemon?
That's Bet.
That's Bet. It's
Bet.
Pokemon.
Okay. Pokemon cards, you bastards. Okay. But yeah, it's crazy what some of these cards are going for. And I mean, this started with our craze. And now they have games where you go to the park and you find them on your phone. And I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, but what's the difference between that and a,
spit it out, sir.
I can't.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Baseball cards.
A Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, I guess
card.
it's not. You're right. It's no different than collecting sports cards. Okay. All right. And then, of course, we're all going to know what number 4 is. It's Barbie.
Hell yeah.
I mean, Barbie's been if you have an early scale Barbie, you're making quite a bit of money.
Barbie is
so we have friends of ours that actually collect Barbies, and she has ones from first original ones that if she ever went to sell them, they're probably her retirement, to be honest with you. So. Right. She's got so many.
But now as the Gen millennials are in this thing, Barbie just released the first Barbie with Down syndrome.
Oh, me and my friends were actually just talking about this.
Okay. So is someone smart enough to buy 2 of those, one to play with, but one to keep in the box, keep it mint, because 50 years from now, that might be worth something.
I'm waiting for non-denominational or non-binary.
transgender?
Not the transgender Barbie.
The transgender
The
Barbie.
Barbie,
That's
the
the one I
Barbie that
wanna, you know.
identifies
The Barbie, if you have a first edition 59 Barbie when it came out, 1959, about 28 grand. $28,000. Of course, she's in high
28,000.
heels and
Okay,
a
wait.
dress, and she's serving her man like it should be today.
The way women should be.
Exactly, the way it should happen. Exactly.
Women were
Barbie
happier that
figured
way.
that out.
I want to explain that hiccup because it's kind of funny. Andrea is being very polite and trying to chew her ice away from the microphone. I'm like, please don't fart on the air. She's leaning over away from the microphone. I thought
I'm just really trying to lift up one cheek without being noticed.
Anyway, 28,000 for the original 59
Yes.
Barbie.
Yeah, right now. I'm sure it's more. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
So, okay. Number 5 was a little surprising to me. I didn't understand it either, but My Little Pony apparently is
Those are
something
creepy.
that will get you quite a bit of money. I didn't know. It launched in the 80s. You know, I guess there's one called Firefly that in 1983 is the most valuable and has garnered several $100,000 for
Who
it.
makes up these
Yeah,
numbers though? Who makes up like this is the most valuable Firefly pony?
It's what someone has paid for it at
Right,
auction.
and that's what it's worth. Anything you have is only what it's worth. What somebody will pay
you
for.
look at
That's crazy.
Have you
Okay,
Have you ever heard of Beanie Babies?
Yes,
wait. I don't know if we're getting to that.
used to-
Wait. Don't
oh.
talk because I don't know if we're going there yet.
Okay.
I haven't looked
Shut
at the
your
list,
mouth.
so I don't know. So Mimic, the Twinkie-eyed unicorn, is rare and worth several $100,000.
Well, that's nothing.
I'm sorry, that one's only worth several hundred. The other one was worth several.
Well, that's nothing. Some of these toys that they come out and they're not liked or whatever, so they don't do a second run of them. So then all of a sudden they become rare,
More valuable
only
because they
made a
were less
limited-
liked.
Yeah.
All right. 6. This isn't a surprise. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's
so.
kind of a surprise.
No,
As
that was pretty
popular as
popular. I mean, it was
but
pretty popular.
Still wasn't Barbie-ish. You know.
Most of them are worth anywhere, they say, between $300 and $500 unopened.
All right.
Anything like that. Rare ones could go as much as, $1,000 to $1,500. So not crazy like the other ones.
first edition Turtles, the one they did recently, is just
Now, millennials won't even. Masters of the Universe. Those action
I don't know
figures.
what that is.
I have the power.
Yes, exactly. There was He-Man and the Monsters of the Universe, or Masters of the Universe. They actually licensed their stuff to Mattel for $750,000, which kind of give them the patent and everything else that they wanted to do. But yeah, if you have, Scareglow, Ram Man, Laserlight Skeletor, and Faker, those are worth a few $1,000s apparently. If you have any of those,
Skeletor's the only one I know who Ram Man. I remember that guy.
I don't remember Scareglow.
Who's that?
And I'm glad I stopped you guys from talking about it because what's next on the list?
The Beanie Babies.
The Beanie Babies.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
So the Princess Di Beanie Baby. It's some just purple Beanie Baby.
I love Princess Di.
But they put Princess Di on this purple Beanie Babies worth millions because there's nowhere to be found.
It's a lie.
Right? Am I wrong?
Die is a lie.
What?
Mark's looking at the computer. Is the Princess Di one the most rare one?
No, I'm looking
No.
right now. So, Large Wallace, along with a squad of 4 regular-sized Beanie Babies, are the most valuable Beanie Babies in a set, around $680,000.
Okay.
So, let's see if they have it where the most... Hold on really quick. They
Well,
might
while
have-
you look at that, I'm going to tell you something. Us millennials, we were taught not to play with our Beanie Babies because someday they would be worth something.
Yep.
And you had to make sure that the TY tag was still on there with the Beanie Baby's birthday, their name. Like my cousins and I, we collected Beanie Babies. My Nana, who I call Roy had a Princess Di Beanie Baby, the purple one. She kept it in the case. I mean, I hope it wasn't worth a lot of money because it was sold at a yard sale for like 50 cents.
So let me ask you a question. Do you feel cheated out of the joy that those Beanie Babies would have given you?
But you can still... They didn't come in a package. You could actually play with a beanie, and then put it back on the shelf. And I mean, who's going to know? So
But
that
you
was the
would
good thing
know.
about Beanie Babies. It didn't come in a package.
Well, you had to be careful because you can't break, bend, or take off the tag.
The tag has to
And
be
I
there.
want to let you know that I did feel robbed because my aunt would buy us my Aunt Sharon would buy us, me and my cousin Sammy, she'd buy us Beanie Babies and we would play with them. Like I had a birthday bear Beanie Baby. It was like multicolored. I had a little lion Beanie Baby. I can't remember what the frigate's name is, but whatever, I had all these Beanie Babies. And she would like let you hold them for 2 seconds and then she'd put them in somewhere and lock them up in the china cabinet.
You out of the joy.
It cheat me out of the joy. That's probably why I'm so angry at all these collectors.
All right, what do you got next?
Great. We got an emotionally disturbed freaking.
All of us millennials are emotionally disturbed.
Tip and Company, the Mickey Mouse motorcycle. Now, I didn't even remember this. All these other ones I remember seeing, but this is started in 1928. So this is before, what they're really going.
That's like right after Steamboat
But
Willie.
this figurine with Mickey and Minnie on a motorcycle that apparently from 1928, this is very valuable. It's going for $222,000.
Shut up.
So, yes. So
A toy?
There's only 18 that they made. So if you have them, it's probably going to do nothing but go way up in value 20 years from now. It'll probably be worth well over, $1,000 or $1 million probably. And then last but not least, so I did have these as a kid, and I did collect a lot of these. Hot Wheels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the tracks. I mean, we had which the tracks they're cool today, man. They do all kinds of stuff.
Well, yeah, now there's magnet.
But Hot Wheels would actually just send out 1 or 2 cool cars, and you would try to find them, and that's what I'm saying. There was a 1969 pink VW Beach Bomb, and there's only 2 that are known that Hot Wheels made, and they're $72,000. They're going for $72,000. I think it's low. I would think it'd be going for more. But I remember they didn't mass produce those, and they came out with a new car like almost every year.
Well,
and
that's the
it
thing.
wasn't like the Ford Fiesta.
If you're going to go,
Ford
if you're going to go
my Hot Wheels.
if you remember going to the store and the Hot Wheels were on those little, they were hanging there.
And they weren't cheap. Remember, you would ask your parents for them, and
But
they
the
were
thing
expensive.
there's just 10 or 20 different cars per peg that they were hanging on. So the ones that were limited edition, those weren't hanging on.
No,
they were in a
weren't.
box somewhere. So
or you had to order them or something like that. I mean, sometimes you'd get a rare one when they would sell the pack of 10 or something. But we used to get those on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
And those were a big deal.
But
I mean, Hot Wheels were
that's
cool.
a difference between releasing a limited edition. You're going to pay more for this, but it's limited edition versus there's the $6 Million Man lunchbox out there. Yeah. Everyone bought one. Mm-hmm. But now it's worth a lot of money if it's undamaged.
And you don't even know who the $6 Million Man is, do you?
I do not. That's true.
And then they made a spin-off, the Bionic Woman.
The Bionic Woman, right?
I haven't heard of the Bionic Woman.
Well, that's they released a new show on that, so it's probably.
But didn't they have a kid?
No,
they didn't have a kid with superpowers.
I just want to interject that
I don't know.
Hot Wheels are still a thing. Kids my age, my nephews. I have a 7-year-old nephew. He is obsessed with Hot Wheels. He loves Hot Wheels everything, and so it's still a thing.
I had a little case that carried.
Yeah, you had the little case that carried the cars and everything else.
It's still a thing.
And they've gotten way evolved. I mean, their tracks now and everything that they have for the kids on it, they're pretty cool.
I had a track, but I had more fun making a town in the dirt and making little streets. Little streets in the dirt.
You were faking it.
Nerd.
I mean, little streets and dirts and little parking lots in the dirt and stuff like that.
And I had a wife, and I went to work, and I took my little white
and she made me sandwiches and cut off the
crust. And I got great joy from playing in the dirt with my Hot Wheels. Fuck both of you.
Joy.
Well, that's the thing. Hot Wheels, Barbies. There's going to be stuff that just stays there forever.
And Hot Wheels. I mean, I would think Hot Wheels would probably have to be in the original packaging.
Oh, yeah.
Really, out of everything on that
yes.
list, the only thing that doesn't have to is the Beanie Babies.
Well, because they didn't come in the original packaging.
But you have to make sure that they stay clean. Like, no one wants your friggin' coffee.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, you got to put them in
a
a case. If you're really going to collect them, I remember them being in a case.
And
there was no dirt on them. There was no.
I don't know. For me, finding that unopened Star Wars character worth a lot of money, that's fine. But if I've got that one in my old toy box that's still going to fetch something or still at least going to be of some interest to a collector, to me that's more than I purchased this at Sotheby's for, $12,000.
I would think if you have something that color, you'd want to pass it on to your kid. You would hope they would go to the nearest
but I'm just
shop
saying,
and be like, "Hey, my old man just gave me this. What do I
have you
get?"
ever watched the show American Pickers?
Yeah.
Okay, that's that's those guys.
But that is you got to actually know what you're looking for.
Well, right. But those guys are collectors. The one guy collects motorcycles. The other guy collects toys. Frank, the short, fat, bearded guy.
It's not on it. Or one of the guys gone now.
Yeah, Frank hurt his back and left. But anyway, he collected toys, so he was always looking for those vintage toys. Open or unopened, he just wanted them.
Remember, when we were kids, we got the Radio Flyer wagon when you were a little kid,
and that's still
worth
a thing.
ton of money. They're worth a ton of money.
Again, the serial number, how old is it? Blah blah blah.
Dude, the green machine I had, if they brought back, they didn't make a ton of green machines. It was the big wheel, and the green machine was cool. I had a green machine.
And we both had green machines.
Yeah, green machines were cool, but apparently they didn't. They didn't make
to
those
interject,
for a
I need you to explain what a green machine is.
Are you familiar with a big wheel?
Do you know what a big wheel is?
Yes.
Okay.
So this was a big wheel on steroids.
Like a big wheel, like a trike that kids would ride around.
Well, yeah, but this was different because the steering was in the back wheels, not the front wheel.
You would go like
and
this.
It had levers. It didn't have handlebars. It had levers. So the cool thing about the green machine is you get going fast enough, and you crank one lever forward and one lever
skid
left,
out.
and you skid out.
It was drifting before drifting
exactly.
was.
We were drifting on our green
green. We created drifting, man. We did.
No, they
Hell
ran it.
yeah.
You heard it here, folks.
That was the big.
Everyone that had a green machine out there, we need to sue because we freaking created drifting.
That's awesome. I had no idea. That sounds
I
really
want
cool.
to see that in the Fast series, the Fast and Furious series.
You better have a green machine in there, guys. We made Vin Diesel. Our generation.
You didn't make Vin Diesel. You made Fast and the Furious.
Drifting on green machines.
That's amazing.
But yeah, it was the next generation big wheel that was not a big seller.
No, it really wasn't.
Big wheel's still around. Green machines.
I had a big wheel at my Nana Becky's house.
Yeah, they still make.
Yeah,
they still make big wheels,
They
but
don't
the
make
green machine. So apparently, if you have a green machine, I read rumors that if it's in pristine or even in the box where it hasn't been put together or anything.
No one's gonna have one in a box.
I don't even remember. It was always put together. When I got mine, it was put together. It better have been put together.
Why would
Can you
it be in
imagine
a
being
box?
a kid and you got a green machine and you have to put it together?
You had to put the stickers
It's like
on.
IKEA furniture.
Yeah, but the stickers were cool because if you wanted to be cool, you'd put them upside down or you'd put them somewhere else.
That's all you had to do is put.
But now you'd have to have like
a
a rainbow flag on the back. You'd have to have it'd be fine.
That's amazing.
Well, the green machine also sat a lot lower, so it.
You were cool, man. You look cool.
Well, it wouldn't be.
It was futuristic. It was like. What are the things that turn cars? Transformers. They almost look like a transformer.
Transformers is good. That's a good movie. Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox.
They're making a new one again.
Yeah,
too.
but
What? Give it a rest.
before the movies,
They had the cartoons. They were good.
the cartoons were much better.
I know, but Megan Fox wasn't in it, so
Megan Fox is hot.
she's pretty hot.
It's not
She
integral
is
to the
dating
story of the
I
Transformers.
would leave my wife for Megan Fox just to call me a different name and be with me by mistake.
And you know what?
And I would leave my marriage.
And
for
here's
that.
the thing: I would still call him my uncle.
Yeah, exactly. And I would expect Holly to understand. If she were to look, go, you got to do that, honey. And I'd be like,
So
you
when
know, you
Holly
gotta-
listens to this, I can just hear, "Dear Megan Fox,
Yeah, please, will you please just throw a
let me
pity
give
fuck
you
to my husband?
Let me
So,
give you my
know.
husband's number just so I can."
It will
him.
be quick and it'll be over fast. He's a little messy, but she just.
This is my only way out. Megan Fox, please help me.
Please help me. Love Holly.
Love Holly.
But that's what I like. That was a good conversation. So now you kind of know what collectibles are. It's just stuff that you like that you just keep keeping. And
I do feel very educated, and that's not even me being sarcastic.
Well,
Because-
there's a lot of stuff out there, and
You
could collect anything.
That's true, but I feel like millennials, when you're talking about, I know millennials that collect things. I don't feel like millennials collect things for money. Most of the time, 9 out of 10.
Oh no, they could be collecting for any reasons.
And I think that's fair true with our age, anybody's age. I don't think. I mean, I don't
yeah.
collect CDs for money. I think it's 50-50.
Some people do it as an investment. I'm going to buy this hugely expensive thing from Sotheby's because it's an investment. It's going to be worth more than what I bought it for. There's, I follow these guys just because I find it interesting. These coin bus guys. There's so many coins out there, just coins in your pocket. They could be worth hundreds and thousands of dollars because they were double stamped, or the George Washington has extra nose, whatever.
Well, they've stated that in the U.S. economy, how bills get changed around every day. There's rare mint dollar bills that are worth millions and somewhere in circulation that nobody knows anything about.
Yeah,
that were
and that's what these
made by mistake or
that's what
was,
these coin bus guys do is they educate you on what's worth something. So I'm the type guy that when I get home, my change goes right into the jar. I don't even carry it with me. I can't stand the noise. But I'm just wondering, in this coffee can full of change, do I have thousands of dollars sitting in there?
I hope so.
I got that one penny. I tried going through. I just took a handful just to go through because I was on this guy's website. And I'm like, all right, do I have the? No, it's too long.
Well, you know what's weird?
That's
Dear
another
Cornbus
thing.
guys.
You got to be willing to do the research, and you got to be
Coins and stamps and shit like that.
Do you know what's weird is I have in my wallet. Well, actually, I took it out. It's at my house. So, but I have this $10 bill, and it's like an old school $10 bill. Like they don't make. It was before they
it's
made
our $10 bill.
It's your $10 bill before they made them orange. You know what?
It's called a $10 bill.
It's
called a $10 bill.
But for us millennials, it's here's my bunny ears going with my fingers, old school $10 bill. And I just thought it was like so wicked cool that I never spent it. I just have kept it. I'm a hairstylist, and one of my
we're old dude. She's talking about the old
yes,
$10.
and the $10.
I got a quick story though. Okay, I used to be a manager at Culver's. One of my employees. She comes up and she's like, "Jim, this guy's trying to hand me counterfeit money." I'm like, "How do you know?" He's like, "Look at this. It's fake." I looked at it and it's like from 1985, and I'm like, I just started laughing at her.
Oh,
she thought it was counterfeit money because it didn't look like the new bills.
Oh my god!
And that was in the early 2000s or whatever when I worked there, 2010.
Here's the weird thing for me, though.
Oh,
it's not about you guys being old, because we all know you are. But the weird thing for me is the other day I was paying for something with a $20 bill, and some girl looked at me and said, "I got to go check this." And I'm like, thinking to myself, girl, if I was going to make counterfeit money, it would definitely be more than a $20 bill. You know what I'm saying?
But now, because nobody pays in cash anymore. I mean, I would say probably 80% of all transactions are done with your debit card. Who carries cash? Yeah, definitely.
No one carries cash.
Nobody carries cash around.
Unless you're a hairdresser.
Yeah, well, of course, it's
service industry that get tipped, servers, hairdressers, strippers, they all got, their cash.
But yeah, so we collect. I thought it was a fun. I was just online and I saw some Yahoo story about it, and I was like, you know what, that'd be actually something fun to talk about. So I'm glad we brought it up, and I think it's kind of cool, and I think we all had some good insight on that. I'm happy we did that. So
well, just want to give a shout out to aztreasuresandtoys.com. It's my buddy Brian, and
we love you, Brian.
I don't know who you are, Brian, but I'm sure you're a nice guy.
And we love you.
Well, just check it out if you're into collecting or want to.
And why don't we have Brian on the show? We talk about collectibles.
Do you know what I think?
I think the collectible thing today.
Snaps for Brian.
Snaps.
That's a millennial thing.
Okay. On that note, end this until the next. We'll be back in about 15 minutes.
I'm wondering if that's quicker than clapping.
Dear God, end this segment, will you? We'll see you in a little while, guys.
And we're back with weird news. I don't know about really weird, but just things that
different.
I don't know. Bother me.
So this is bother Jim news. So we're not even calling it weird news. It's just news that bothers Jim. The color green.
I know.
It's upsetting.
No, I don't.
I hate the color green.
Did I? That was a guess.
No, it was that fucking Nissan I owned was green.
That was a pretty ugly green car, dude. That was pretty ugly.
No, that Nissan broke down 12,026 miles. The alignment went out, and my 3-year, 30,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty went around the alignment at 12,000.
God damn.
They always work.
It was 12,026 miles. I held up the blown tire saying, "Tell me this happened in the last 26 miles." So it was a big fight.
Anyways.
Yeah, I got it fixed. I bought a Chevy.
Yeah.
Way to go, Jim.
Now you're driving, are you Rams, right?
No, yeah, I've been a Dodge guy since 2004. Yeah. All right, so
since 2004.
Yeah.
What? That's
edit here.
Edit.
Okay. Anyway, this story came across USA Today and many other news outlets reports the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is undergoing a change.
What?
Yes, the Wienermobile. Have you ever seen the Wienermobile?
I've never seen it live. I applied for the job. I applied for that job. So
and they're like, we heard about what happened in 6th grade, so you're denied.
Yeah.
No, I think one of our trips back to New York is when I saw it on the freeway. Didn't get to talk to anybody or get a wiener whistle or anything like that. But the weenie whistle, they call it.
I'm sorry, a weenie whistle?
Yeah, the guys.
It was
that
an Oscar
worked
Mayer wiener. The whole song was "You love Oscar Mayer."
Oscar Mayer
wiener.
has a way with BOLOGNA.
No, it's baloney.
Wow,
Okay.
the Millennial knew the Oscar Mayer team.
Does know the baloney, but
Wow.
the wiener. It was a wiener song.
Somebody sing
was
the
there?
Wiener song.
Yeah.
Go.
It was a hot dog song.
I don't remember hot dog song, just the bologna song.
Okay.
My
Anyways.
baloney has a first name. It's
It's
OSCAR. My baloney has a second name. It's
It's not
MAYER.
last name.
Oh, I love to
What
eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say. Because Oscar Mayer has a way with BOLOGNA.
Yay! Applause! Applause! Yay! Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
And rap.
And excuse me, if you're still here.
So what is the new? What is the new name?
So the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is now being called the Frankmobile.
Boo.
Oscar Mayer's rebranding their hot dogs and this whole Frankmobile thing is because they're 100% all beef Franks. Bong.
Sorry, I moved
Do
it.
that wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
I hate me too. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
No,
that's not.
but they're calling it the Frankmobile.
What if it's not binary correct?
Well, that's what I need now. Is there going to be someone who identifies as a woman saying, "Why aren't you calling it Francine?"
You know what I would like with
I
the
think
big
that-
the Frankmobile would go down? I'd like those two giant balls that they put fucking that at the edge, so where you're going behind it and you see two big giant.
Frank and the Buns Francine.
That'd be great.
So the worst thing I think is that they had a title. The title of the people who drove the Wienermobile.
Yeah, you had
They
to
were-
apply.
They were called hot doggers.
Right, hot doggers.
Yeah. So
Cute.
how cool would it be to be a hot dogger? Imagine your resume says hot dogger. I drove
Hot
the Wienermobile.
dogger.
I think you could write your ticket anywhere you wanted to go.
Yeah. I think you could
I
too.
do.
Amen.
If I walked into
That
like
would get
Visa
you-
and I wanted a vice president job and I got no experience, they'd be like, "You're a dogger? Hire this man."
I think it'd get you into all the great parties and all the things. Wait, he's a hot dogger.
Oh,
Let him
I'd
in.
like to be. Yeah, it would be, I would just bypass club lines.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
that's a dogger.
You know what? They'd
Yeah.
be like, that dogger, great
Right.
at
That dogger,
parties.
he's in.
Now-
He's bit. He's drip.
But you know what oh my gosh.
He's-
Sit down, sit down.
Bet.
Bet. Oh, not
No,
that.
but listen,
Bet. That's-
I think that they should call them Frankies. Because Frankie is boy or girl if you're worried about, like,
Okay, but no. Now they are called Frankfurters.
they should call it Frankiefer.
Well, see, Frankfurter isn't a boy or a girl name. You don't know what
But listen,
a Frankfurter is.
In today's day and
It's a hot
age,
dog.
It's a hot dog. It's a
It's
Frankfurter.
a German name for a hot dog, I think.
you know what you guys think that? But in today's day and age, where we have to identify as she, him, they, her, or they, them, you have to have something that can go either or.
Hot dogger goes either or. Frank does not.
Frank
Frank does
go
not.
either
That's what I'm saying.
or.
But if you're gonna go Frank, you should go Frankie because it could be Frankie girl for Francine or Frankie boy for Frank.
Agreed. I can go with that. Okay. So
Lord, we don't want these politically correct
Yeah.
statements.
Well-
on this
Listen, I don't
show,
want them
okay?
either. They're pushed
but that's
upon
the
me.
thing, why are they changing the name of the Wienermobile? Is it because they're rebranding and
You
they're
can't
100%
say
all beef
wiener.
Franks?
Wiener's a good word though.
But Wiener's been
Wiener.
around forever.
I would teach our kids wieners. That's
Ask
But has
me
the
about my
world
wiener.
gotten-
that bad.
Has the world gotten that bad where the term Wienermobile is offensive?
Yes, the world's gotten so bad that the term she or him is offensive.
So you don't think Wienermobile's going to? So I wonder what our kids. You know, my kid would always go, "My wiener, I got to go to the back."
Yeah,
wiener," you know?
when I was a kid.
That's what you'd said. My wiener.
My
you know?
wiener. But
My 5-year-old
now-
nephew is always like,
That was the polite
My
way you
wiener
taught
hurts.
your kid about his penis and his dick. You told you
Yeah.
get your wiener. It's okay.
yes.
So now they got to change the name to the Frankmobile. And
Because
I
it's
don't agree with
offensive.
Frankie. I like Frankie Mobile. If you're going to be politically correct, how is it Frank Mobile?
It should be Frankie. You heard it here first on
It's the
Our
Frank-
Warped World.
And
It's
I
the
would be surprised
Frankmobile?
if they wouldn't have two of them. One that would have like a girly hat on, and another one that's just driving.
I
down.
think usually those teams are, if I remember that application process, it was a man and a woman, sometimes three, I think, actually.
You
It's
say
always
the
better with
application
three, so.
progress, you remember it like from 1982?
No, they
or
do this
like,
No,
every
this is
year.
recent- this
you
is
have
recently.
to have a 4-year degree. It's
Shut up.
impossible. No, you have to be a graduate from college in marketing,
Yeah.
Blah blah. There was I didn't even qualify. I couldn't even.
And then we're
apply.
gonna pay you $17.50
No,
an hour.
you stayed in all the best hotel. I mean, it was a.
You drove the Wienermobile.
You make
You wrote your own
$17.50.
ticket.
Yeah, you pretty much wrote your own ticket.
Anyway, so
it's
now
working for Oscar
now
Mayer.
Frankfurters are driving the Frankmobile, and it's just very boring.
Let's do a thumbs. Do you ready? Are we gonna vote? Yeah, we're gonna rate each one of these stories.
For
at the
those
end,
of you
and
that
one
can't
just
see this podcast, they just put their thumbs down.
We did.
lost. We did thumbs down. Yes,
We sure should.
Mark constantly thinks we're on TV.
Yeah, I do. So.
I know I keep wanting to call you guys our viewers, but I know you're
Now,
our actual
now
listeners.
another question would be: is this a new Coke thing?
Explain.
Back in the 80s, Coca-Cola came up with new Coke. They changed the formula of Coke. The marketing thing was new Coke, just like or even better than Pepsi. They changed the formula. 1 month. 1 month new Coke was on the shelves. Then all of a sudden, classic Coke is on the shelves.
Classic Coke, yes.
They claim that they lost so many customers and stuff like that because new Coke tasted like Pepsi. So they came up with classic Coke. It was a marketing thing.
And going back to collectibles, if you actually have a 6-pack of new Coke today, it's worth a ton of cash.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Collector's item, right?
Right. But you know what? Remember
But
those,
it could be I know what you're saying there. It might be their way of.
is it a marketing thing?
I think it's a politically correct thing.
No, mine was just, you're sitting in a drive-through at, I think it was a Dutch Brothers or something, and all of a sudden, shit falls from the sky.
Where was this?
This is up in Minnesota. The lady hands the chick in their car her coffee. He's like, does that smell out here? Ends up being a big news story. I saw it on the news that morning. Apparently a United flight hasn't been confirmed yet, and United hasn't answered the emails, but a United flight, a hose busted or something like that, and it shit on this town.
Can you imagine being the United complaint agent that has to take that? Yes, thanks for calling United. What can I do for you? Shit just fell from your plane. Oh, wow, that doesn't sound like us. Wow.
But they were,
can I put you on hold?
Somebody
Somebody just said the shit just fell from my plane. What do we do?
Could I offer you a free package of
pictures
peanuts?
of these cars with little drops of shit, and even the little kid, he's like 5 or 6. She's like, "That's poop."
Hey, this is what I want to know, Uncle Mark. Oh, sorry, Mark. What I want to know is when you worked at Southwest, what would you have done if somebody were to call you and say that to you?
I would, but I don't. Do we have a report of our shit dropping over Minnesota? Because they'll have a report on where you unload your lavatories, and they have to have reports on that. So I'd be like, did we do it over a town?
But isn't that a frozen block of blue ice when they have to unload the thing?
Apparently, it's not. It must have melted if there's
something
shit
happened.
Coming
Or whatever.
out.
I don't know. But it's shit on this town, and it was a big thing up
That's
in Minnesota.
God telling you need to move.
Yeah.
Amen. Hey,
What made you move? Well, when shit started falling from the sky,
When shit hit the fan.
I decided to move. That just wasn't going to work.
When shit hit the fan,
But
I
apparently,
decided.
when I was doing research, and I didn't write any of this down, but apparently this has happened before. I was seeing stuff from an Air Canada or something in 2018 did the same thing, but that dropped the blue block of ice. So apparently it's so cold at 30,000 feet or whatever
that it melts.
that if they empty that tank, it instantly freezes.
But it gets dropped back down. It's going to melt.
Depends on the temperature, I guess.
Hey,
But no, I would be a little weirded if I'm sitting in my backyard and all of a sudden shit falls on me.
Yeah, well,
but I mean,
if I'm
like,
in
what
a
do you
Dutch-
do?
I wouldn't even want to look up. At that point, you want to like, do I look up or what the fuck? I mean, what if I look back up? It's going to hit me right in the face. I'm like, I ain't doing that shit.
I'm going to
Dear
close
Lord.
my eyes so I don't get pink eye.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
so.
What do you do? What do you do?
Is a load of toilet paper going to fall on you or butt wipes or whatever?
Nah,
I wish.
It's freaking weird. So I don't know. But anyway, it's
What do you got, Mark? You
what? I think there was only one thing that I really saw since we're running low on time, and it's kind of a stupid one. But a German surgeon was fired for getting hospital cleaner to assist his amputation. So he was
What?
yes. So. Officials, I know this is real stories too.
I'm
this
uncomfortable.
Isn't even fake. This is like real stories here. So officials at a hospital in Western Germany have expressed a regret after it emerged as one of their surgeons got a cleanser to assist in a toe amputation. So apparently they just use a regular hospital cleaner stuff is what he just
Okay,
used.
you're saying cleanser and cleaner. Is this a person?
It was just
janitor?
it's a surgeon, and he decided to use just general floor cleaner in the assist of the toe amputation on this person. So he did not, use what you're supposed to use. He just used hospital cleaner. So that's a little.
What did he do with the cleaner?
He was helping with the amputation.
Okay, so we're
cleaning
saying
off-
cleaner. We're talking about a janitor, orderly.
No, it was a surgeon that just used.
Okay, no, the surgeon picked up a bottle of floor cleaner, or he went out to.
That's where it's not. It's a little iffy on that.
Is Pepe out there cleaning the floors, and he says, "Hey, Pepe, can you come in here and help me?" Sorry, it's in Germany.
Pepe.
Franz.
Hey, Franz.
Franz, come
Hey,
here.
Phones.
Franz, bring me that cleaner. I finished this
Franz,
But
amputation.
no, that's what I'm trying to find out. Was it when you say
It just
cleaner?
says-
Is it a bottle of cleaner or?
Expressed regret after it emerged that one of their surgeons got a cleaner to his. Oh, it's not. It's a physical cleaner.
It's a person.
It's a person.
Okay,
And the
so-
toe amputation. That's what I'm missing. Oh my!
Franz
That
is
makes
out-
it even worse.
Franz is out there waxing the
You
floors.
come here. You help me with this amputation right now.
Surgeon sticks his head out, looks around. Hey, you, Franz,
here.
come here.
You
What's your
Franz.
name? What's your
Come
name?
here.
My name's Franz.
Yeah.
Come
Hold
help
this toe. Hold
this
this
toe.
toe.
Franz.
I chop off right now.
Cut
You
here.
shut up.
Franz.
And bring me the soap. I'm gonna clean this off.
You with the face. Come here. You with the face. Come here.
What time does this start? Is it like late at night? That's the only time there's nobody in the hospital.
I'm very-
could have did it at 8 a.m. Again, you come here.
It's a German hospital. Never been there.
You come here with the face.
I don't know. We maybe have to do
That's
crazy
crazy.
news
We will-
every week. That's kind of fun.
It-
Well,
it's-
guys.
There you have it. Weird news from around the world.
Andrea, thanks for filling in. We appreciate. Give her a round of applause, will you? Come on, go ahead.
Hey,
Now do what I want to give her.
thank
Do
you.
the next one.
So
This is
happy
what
to
I
be
think.
here. So
Yeah,
happy to be here.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was from Mark.
Yes.
I
That
bet
for
it
monkey
was.
fisting.
I'm,
But,
oh
guys, hey,
no!
you're going to put us over the 1,000 download barrier this week. We're going to congratulate each and every one of you personally with you.
Woo!
Well,
Snaps
we're
for
not,
you.
but we're going to be over 1,000. We
Listen,
appreciate it. This week's going to
We're
do it,
trying
so.
so hard to get there before your
You want to
anniversary.
Based on the
download
numbers, we
this
will.
podcast because not only does it tell you the perspective of what are you guys? What generation are you?
It's
Gen
our
X,
show.
have you been here?
Gen-
Have you
Sure,
listened to
yeah.
our
Listen,
show?
I've been drinking.
This
I'm
is
trying
why
to
we
zone
don't
out.
have guest people
Okay,
on there.
but
Screw
you
her
get
off,
the
and we're out
you
of
get
here,
the
guys.
you get
Merry
the point of
Christmas,
view
Happy New Year.
of Gen X's and millennials.
Happy Memorial Day, everybody. We love you. Play our music.
All right, hey, Andrea, thanks for filling in. You guys, please share the show. Visit our Facebook page at Our World World and website ourworldworld.com. And appreciate it. We'll talk to you
Thank
soon.
you, everyone.
Hasta
Good
la
night.
pasta.
Thank you.